Welcome back to First Listens, that series where we listen to a song that we haven't heard for the first time.
We usually do albums for this, but we saw it was the 20th anniversary of Taylor Swift's first ever single, her debut single on the scene. And after listening to a lot of her recent stuff, we thought we'd throw it all the way back and give this a shot just to see how far she's come as an artist.
This is Tim McGraw, which is off her self-titled debut album. We've never heard that either, so let us know if we need to check that out, but let's get listening. I have no idea what vibe this track is going to be, and I've heard early Taylor's a little more country, and it is saying that already.
He said the way my blue eyes shined, put those Georgia stars to shame that night. He said that's a lie.
Oh, love that acoustic.
Just a boy in a Chevy truck.
Just a boy in a Chevy truck.
Country coded.
Getting stuck on back roads at night, and I was right there beside him all summer long. And then the time we woke up to find that summer gone. But when you think Tim McGraw,
Oh,
A male vocalist in there as
yeah,
well.
a little harmony. Now, I know that Tim McGraw is a country artist, so my question here to any Swifties watching, is this male vocal Tim McGraw? Has she managed for her debut single? This is what put her onto the scene. We need to remember that as we're listening to it. Has she managed to bag Tim McGraw out the gate? Because how? How do you do that?
Or is it someone that just sounds very much like Tim McGraw? He's like their number one inspiration.
She's even got a bit of a country twang to like her accent on this.
I do like that like winding guitar in the background. Wow.
Get the drums kicking in now. Bit more energy.
It feels really weird hearing Taylor sing like this, knowing what she sounds like now and how big she is now. I'm finding it's like I'm going through an adjustment period.
Yeah, to try and get your brain wrapped around this vocal style particularly, because the last, let's say, 3 or 4 albums have been heavily pop focused. I mean, I know that there was a couple in between that were a lot more serene, and we have listened to those on the channel. But this feels entirely different to what we get nowadays. And you know what? It's reminiscent of the new track that she did for Toy Story, which felt like a throwback to this style. So let's carry on.
But in a box beneath my bed is a letter that you never read from 3 summers back. It's hard not to find it all a little.
There's some percussion in
A
the
little
background.
bongo going on.
And looking
I love how we were both picking up on that.
nice to believe when you think Tim McGraw. I hope you think my favorite song.
I do like the harmonisation between the female and male vocals there. I don't know who the guy is still, but
Like a spotlight on the lake when you think happiness. I hope you think that little black dress. Think of my head on your chest.
You know what? I really like it. It's a vibe.
When you think Tim McGraw, I hope you think of me.
the mixing's cool as well because that guitar is just in the right ear and it adds a bit of a different vibe.
And I'm standing on your street, and there's a letter left on your doorstep, and the first thing that you read is when you think Tim McGraw. I hope you think my favorite song. Someday
Such
you'll turn
easy
your
listening.
radio on. I hope it takes you back to that place when you think happiness. I hope you think that little
Oh, some strings thrown in.
Think of my
Really building up the ambience in the background.
and my old faded blue jeans. When you think Tim McGraw, I hope you think of me.
I bet there is a lot of people that think of her when they think Tim McGraw now.
They will do now, yeah, definitely.
He said the way my blue eyes shine put those Georgia stars to shame that night. I said that's a lie.
I've actually got a question for the Swifties straight off the bat. When was the last time Taylor played that song live?
Oh, was it? Surely she did it on the Eras tour. Was it that big of a track though?
This is what I mean. It might have been the first single, but according to Apple Music that we're looking at, it wasn't one of the bigger ones off the album. So I'm thinking, does she ever play this live? And would you want her to play it live? Like, if you were going to pick anything off this album, would it be this?
And if it's not this, what songs off this album would you choose for her to play live? And, you know, it's very likely that she did with the Eras tour because she tried to cover everything. But maybe we didn't get to see Tim McGraw come up. But as a debut single for one of the, if not the biggest female artist in the world right now, what did you think?
I thought it was quite nice. I really liked a lot of the production choices, and we kind of started super chill, and then we got the drums come in, and then we got the strings come in, and it felt like it slowly built up, but without offending me in any way. You know, sometimes it just comes in and it's a bit too much energy. It just slowly built up a bit more towards the end. I was bobbing my head around. I really liked the kind of country acoustic guitar that was slipping and sliding in the background. I can't think of a different way to describe it.
They would have been using a slide on it, or even a glass bottle.
So I liked that, but as I say, I found it a bit strange listening to Taylor on this type of track, and it kind of felt a bit... I watch Supernatural sometimes. It's like my brain rot TV show. That felt like the type of song that would play when they go do a thing in Texas, you know, like an American show, and they're going to find and fight a battle in Texas. That sounds like the type of thing that would play. And maybe that's me being British and massively like, well, I don't know what the right word is, Americanizing it. But it really captured those country vibes well.
There is something about it that feels like you kind of sat on the porch of a big, big house. We call them country houses here. I don't know what you'd call them in Texas. You sat there, you're on the ranch, a ranch, that's it, yeah. And you're just looking out and you're maybe on a rocking chair or something, corncob pipe, all these words that I'm not familiar with, but I've heard in American media. It feels very that way coded. And she mentioned a Chevy truck in there as well, which is unbelievably American. You know, there was a lot of that very heavy country influence. And as we mentioned, it's interesting to see her come from these roots to what she is today, because obviously with the Toy Story track that I mentioned, it is in that vein and it is more country-esque. But I think for the last 10 years or so, there haven't really been many tracks of hers that reflect this kind of era that she had. And I get it, artists progress. It's just how vastly different this is to her newer stuff. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure that I can be corrected and there probably are one or two deep cuts off albums that maybe feel like this, but I don't think we've had country Taylor for a while.
Yeah, maybe on like the 38th variant of one of her albums, there might have been an extra country song on there somewhere. But I'm actually quite intrigued as to what the rest of this album would sound like. So maybe we should go back and listen to it, because I think it'd give me a different perspective on Taylor that I haven't had before.
And I'm going to throw this out there and say it now. We are a lot more focused on production and the songwriting side of things rather than lyricism. We do pick up on lyrics, but it's not really our forte. So if there's any other Taylor projects that fall into the category of more, production based and it's more about the songwriting than it is for the lyricism, we'd be more than willing to check those out, because I mean, she's not the worst thing in the world, you know what I mean? Like, some of her tracks I do think are big bops. I mean, my personal favorite being Bad Blood, but I mean, that is because it features Kendrick. But I would be willing to check out more Taylor. So let us know, self-titled or maybe something else from later on in the discography.
Well, leave a comment, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. All we do here is listen to music, talk about music, a lot of music. So if you're a music fan, I'm sure you'll like the channel.
Thank you very much.